one more nice, cute neighborhood in Buenos Aires. We are in
Puerto Madero.
Puerto Madero, waterfront neighborhood of Puerto Madero, at the point that is supposed to be the most famous part of the whole neighborhood. This bridge is called Puente de la Mujer, and all around this area you have a lot of restaurants by the water and a lot of nice high-rise buildings. Some of them are office buildings and commercial buildings, some others are residential. You also have this boat here that we believe it belongs to the Argentinian Navy, and it is actually the original one. You can see like it's very old. I don't know how old it is, but it is very old, and you can go and visit it. Actually, I think there's a ticket that you buy and you can go inside. There is one more also, I think it's further down behind this building over there. So there's two of them. It is always a very nice area to come and visit, have a drink, grab a bite, and even this one was just behind me. I just saw it. Very nice. So yes, I think it has something to do with the defense. The river obviously is the La Plata River, where you are here by the water. We're trying to just go around, show you mostly Puerto Madero in this video today, and another area that is behind this part where we are. But in this video we might also show you some other nearby buildings. Let's go discover Puerto Madero. All around this walk path you also have cranes, those old cranes that probably belong to the port. Also you have industrial style buildings like this as well, which have now turned into restaurants. Puerto Madero being a neighborhood that is very nice, trendy, full of these luxurious high-rise buildings, it also has one of the highest prices of real estate in Buenos Aires. On one of the bridges that leads to this boat here, this is closed. The other one is the entrance. It's written, this is like a kind of like a museum, so you can go inside and see inside of the ship, take pictures, go into different compartments. So if you want to do that activity also in Puerto Madero, there you have it, you can do this too. To talk about the history also of Puerto Madero, the story goes like this, that the original port, Puerto La Boca, that we visited in our video of La Boca and El Caminito, around the 1880s decade, that port was very shallow. So when big cargo ships and passenger ships would come, they had to get people off those big ships and then bring them to shore, because the water was very shallow and those big ships could not actually come very close to the port. So this was not very convenient. Then in 1882 the national government decided to contract a local businessman called Eduardo Madero to build this port, and that's why it is called Puerto Madero. So he started the construction in 1887, and it took 10 years until 1897 to complete the construction of the port, and that's why you see still until today these old cranes here, another one in the distance over there, and as you walk around you see more of them. This is kind of actually like what you would see in Belém. If you haven't watched our video in Belém, there too there is an old part of the port that they have kept it, and they have turned it exactly like this, restaurants and coffee shops by the water, but the old cranes are still there. However, just a short 10 years after the completion of the port, it started to actually not work as well as they had originally thought it would work. And throughout the most of the 20th century, the port just became like less and less used, and throughout different decades it became even more and more abundant. And in the second part of the 20th century, it even became like just a mixture of warehouses and large tracts of undeveloped land. That's why at the end of 20th century the government decided to come up with some sort of like a urbanization plan to lift this area, which is close to the other sides of Buenos Aires. Like on the other side, this street that is on my right, you see there's all of the government buildings, historic buildings, and the highways. And then on this side, nowadays you see how much potential this place has with all of these buildings. But it was abandoned for a few decades until the end of the 20th century that they started the urbanization. And now that you come here, it is just a very nice area to come have a meal and grab a cup of coffee, a glass of wine, and just enjoy. Today is a Friday afternoon that we are here, but in the weekend this place just is full of people. And for New Year's celebrations also, most of the time on the bridge, which has the iconic design and is one of the landmarks of Buenos Aires, it's full of people during the celebration of New Year's Eve also. We came back to where we started the video exactly, and a confession, Mariana and I have had a couple of drinks in this place. That's why we've always come back, because in 2020 also we came here, we had a drink. Today we didn't go in, but another day that we were here, we have had a drink here. They always have happy hour, no? And the drinks were good. The price was good, the drink was good. Sometimes they even have DJ. It's a very nice setting, this place. Boleo is the name. And it is right by the bridge, which is where we are going next. Besides this side of the water, we also have a lot of things happening on the other side. But because in the afternoon the other side is directly under the sun, a lot of people avoid going to the other side. Here you stay in the shade, and then as the sun is going down you go to the other side. Let's go over this nice bridge that has a part that is suspended by cables. If I'm not mistaken, from what I saw online, this bridge actually opens also. So in the middle it turns, they have to close it for pedestrian traffic, but it also opens, and I think it gets connected to that piece over there for bigger ships and boats to pass, and then again they close it for pedestrian traffic. Today being a Friday, I think everybody is getting ready for the party to start this evening. This is, for me, it's the first time I see it. Have you seen this over there before? Yeah, it's like a floating bar slash restaurant, kind of like the same concept that they had in Urca in Rio de Janeiro, no? We went to have a meal in that restaurant also in Rio de Janeiro. Very nice idea. I find like it's a mix of Belém, where we went, that they had all of the dogs, and Lachine Canal and Atwater Canal in Montreal. No? It's like a positive mix of all the good things that we have seen in Belém and Montreal. You have the restaurants, you have the bars, you have the boat in the water, you have the docks and the cranes. Very nice. We went around now and we came behind the area where we had started the video. This part of Puerto Madero is called Costanera Sur, which is behind where we were. On this side you have an ecological park that we are trying to see where we can go in, because we see people inside but we're not sure how to get in. And also you see a lot of food trucks. There is one there and there are many more on the other side along this road that is by the water. And most of the people that come to Puerto Madero, they only stay on that side. Nobody usually comes to this side. This was again, Mariana did some research and we found out that there is this part of Puerto Madero also, or this area that is behind Puerto Madero, and we really wanted to come and see it. All right, we had to move the car because we had parked way down there and we saw some signs for parking. The problem is there is a QR code that you have to scan and pay for parking, but we don't have the national ID number in Argentina, obviously. And our plate, once we tried, we have more digits on the plate because it's from Brazil, so it doesn't really work that well. We saw a police officer, we asked her, how can we pay? And our ID, we don't have the ID number, and also our plate, it doesn't work. So, oh no, you're a foreigner, don't worry, it won't, our system won't even register to give you parking ticket. So tip for Brazilians. Shh. But apparently you can just park without paying, and because the plate is from Brazil, you won't get a ticket.
But she said only here.
Yeah, just here, just little spot here, so we parked there. She said here they don't pass to give a ticket, all around they do. So all right, now let's continue and go check out this park. So this is the entrance of the park, Reserva Ecológica Costanera Sur. Unfortunately dogs are not allowed, but people are allowed. You can come in and just take a stroll, because when you are in Puerto Madero, let me turn the camera, over there is a little bit more like busy and traffic and noise of the cars and everything else. Here no, you come, you have this platform by the water that you can walk on. I think usually at night this place is packed, but because also there's a lot of sun, we're not gonna walk there, we're gonna just walk here and show you the park. And as you can see, the entrance, it's like free. You don't need to pay any entrance fee to come into the ecological reserve here. As soon as you enter, you also have this map, and it shows different types of trails. If you want to do like a short one, the shortest is 2.2 kilometers. It will take 45 minutes. Then there's 3.3, 4.3 and 7.9 that would take like 2 hours and I think 40 minutes. So we just wanted to do a very quick stop here and show you the trails, and what you see is mostly this trails to go around and stay in the reserve. It's very peaceful. If like you want to just come here with a book and sit here listening to the birds singing, it's very peaceful. Before leaving the park, we just wanted to show you this fountain also. It is right in front of the entrance of the park. It is called Nereida's Fountains. It's made of white marbles, was completely built in Italy, and originally it was supposed to be placed in Plaza de Mayo, but because there are some ladies with that are not completely covered, apparently they didn't find it appropriate to put it there, so it has been placed right here. The next place that we are going to see is this historic building, nice building with a gorgeous architecture. It might not be 100% considered to be in Puerto Madero, but since we are right here, we wanted to go and see it and include it in our video of Puerto Madero. This grand building that you can see here with this huge monument in front of it is called Palacio Libertad, or sometimes it's also referred to as Centro Cultural Domingo Faustino Sarmiento, or on top of it it's also written Centro Cultural Kirchner. So I guess there are a lot of names that you have for this building. It is a cultural center that you can visit. The construction started in 1908, but it took them 20 years to complete this masterpiece. I mean, when you come here and you see the elegance of this building, you're not surprised that it took them 20 years to complete. Also, it is around 60 meters high, has 8 floors, and it also has an area of 88,000 square meters, the total area of the whole building. Let's see if we can find a way to go in, if it is open or not. Online we checked and it said until 8 p.m. it should be open. All right, unfortunately the attempt was a failure. The whole building for visits, it's closed, so we cannot go in. Mariana, sad, but hey, we tried. So
It's already beautiful.
yo, yeah, even from outside it's really nice, but we wanted to go in because apparently there is a deck on top on one of the sides that you could see like the whole place, but we're gonna try to find another rooftop terrace to go to. So since we could not visit this building, Palacio Libertad, we are going to try another building that is not in Puerto Madero, okay? But we really wanted to go and visit it, and since we have not included that in any other video, we are going to visit that and include it now as part of the video of Puerto Madero. Sorry, we wanted to really visit this one, but unfortunately it's closed. The name of the next place is Palacio Barolo, and we're gonna go see that now. We will show you the footage and then we will come back to Puerto Madero for the last part of the video. For this part of our video in Puerto Madero, we are going to include this historic building also. Since we could not visit Palacio Libertad in Puerto Madero, and we always wanted to visit this building, but we didn't include it in the other videos that we had in downtown Buenos Aires, we decided to come and visit it and include it in this part of the video. Even though the video is for Puerto Madero, we know this building is not in Puerto Madero, but since it's a landmark of the city, we really wanted to come and visit it, and you will see why when I tell you more about this. Palacio Barolo is located in the neighborhood of Montserrat of Buenos Aires, and when it was built, it was the tallest building for more than a decade in Buenos Aires, until the other building, Cabana building, that we talked to you about in our video of Retiro. If you haven't watched that video, I will leave the link for you guys. That building became the tallest building, but before that, for a decade, this was the tallest building. It has a twin brother actually, which is Palacio Salvo, and that one is in the capital of Uruguay, in Montevideo. Some other very interesting facts about this building is that construction started in 1919, it was finished in 1923, the height is 100 meters, and there are 22 floors. There is a guided visit. We have bought the ticket for it. For both of us, it was 72,000 pesos, and it is supposed to take an hour and a half. So we wanted to definitely come and see this one, because especially it was also declared a National Historic Monument in 1997. Let's go see it. There's this amazing picture of the building. It's at night, and there is supposed to be a viewpoint on top of the building. That's another reason why we wanted to come here. So as part of the tour, you start in the lobby, then you have a stop on the 4th floor by taking these classic elevators, and the capacity is only 7 people. Then from the 4th floor you come to the 14th floor, and you have to go up 8 floors by stairs. So the elevators, there are 6, and they only stop on the 14th floor. The 7th elevator is a very little tiny one that is for people who have actually offices in the building, like these little offices that you see. So that one that goes higher than 14th floor and apparently can only take 1 person, it's reserved for the offices. From here, from the 14th floor, we are taking the stairs and going up 8 floors. First 6 floors to the 20th floor. 20th floor there is a terrace and we can see everything. Then there is 2 more floors to go to the lighthouse, and even that we have to go apparently in smaller groups. And even the stairs now, as you can see, they're very narrow, but they say it's worth it. Let's see. And after climbing a few floors, going up by stairs, you are rewarded by this view. Oh, that's nice. There's even a rooftop terrace there. That is cool. I have to check that out. But there you go. In the first part of the video we were somewhere over there in Puerto Madero, which we will go back again at the end of this section of the video. But from here also you can see all of the buildings, a lot of high-rise buildings. Very nice view. And on this side, because down there this is Avenida de Mayo or Mayo, this is the Congress that we showed you also in the first video that we did, the historic downtown of Buenos Aires. And this street you cannot see that well, but at the end of this street you can also see Casa Rosada. Way at the end of this street, it's the same street, but the view is just amazing. And now the tour guide is dividing people into 2 groups, Spanish speaking and English speaking, because of the capacity to go up 2 more floors, which is the lighthouse they call it. So there is even 1 more level higher than here. One more tip is if you can buy your ticket to come here at the end of the evening, like now for example, that we are here at around 6 p.m. So it is at the end of the evening. The view is very nice. And next part of the video also that we filmed yesterday, you will see another end of the evening view on top of Puerto Madero. So we wanted to have some rooftop footage as well. This is the lighthouse, and it was very tight, the stairs to come up over there, very tight, but you make it.
No, we're going to
You make it. Oh? So the highest point is all glass, and it kind of like sauna, so you get sweaty. It's very hot where the light is actually located. So now after a few minutes we're going down. So back on the 20th floor you take the stairs that are in the middle, and they get extremely tight to go up, and then coming down also you have to really squeeze yourself. It's not that close, but you can still do it. And now we're gonna go down to the 14th floor again to continue the tour. And on the 13th floor you also have this terrace. This is actually what I had seen on the videos. I thought like we're not coming to a terrace like this. Very nice. Wow. and when you go to the end of the terrace here and you just look up, you will be able to see the lighthouse way over there. We were in that little glass compartment actually, right up there. And now we came down on this terrace. Very nice. There is a copy of this book, Divine Comedy here. This is the oldest one in Argentina, and it is very important because the whole design of the building is based on this book. A lot of architectural elements are applied in the design of the building based on this story, which is very important to mention that this one is here where we are. It's on the 7th floor, and it is like an office museum basically that you can come and see on the 7th floor at the end of the tour. So besides the tours that we did, in this building you only have offices and they are for rental, and this is a typical size of an office, which is around 14 square meter, that you can rent an office this size. Here you also have some other items like the hats on the wall that you can take a picture of, and just a sample of how at the time an office would look like. But right now there's other offices also that people are using for their businesses until today. Okay, we just finished the tour. It is definitely worth it, no?
Very nice.
Very nice, very interesting. A lot of history, architecture, everything. Definitely do it. So now let's continue with the rest of Puerto Madero video that we filmed yesterday. And now we are in front of Alvear Icon Hotel, which is this tall building, to go to a place called Crystal Bar. Crystal Bar is supposed to be a bar on top of this building on the 32nd floor, and with a very nice view of Puerto Madero. We're just waiting here for a few minutes because they open at 6 p.m. So as soon as they open, we're gonna go in and show it to you guys. So here at Crystal Bar, this is why you come here, because you want to have the whole view of Puerto Madero from here. You can even see Palacio Libertad over there, the one that we didn't go up unfortunately, and Casa Rosada also there, the bridge, Puente de la Mujer, and the ship. So you have a very good view of the whole neighborhood from up here. What you see on this side of the building is actually the ecological reserve that we visited. As you can see, there is even a path to go through the water, and you can have a better idea about the size of the whole place. Actually, the buildings are blocking them, but it goes the whole way to that end, and even behind that building, it's way in the back, you have the whole reserve. So the way it works here, there is a minimum coverage of 36,000 pesos, but of course if you spend more then it's fine. We got a gin tonic, and your drink is with what? With maracuja?
Yes, passion fruit.
Passion fruit. With what? Which alcohol?
Contro.
Contro. Okay. And they bring you...
Many things.
Ah, these sophisticated people. Me, I just go with a simple like gin tonic. And they bring you also some nuts, corn and some nuts. We're gonna drink this on top of Buenos Aires in Puerto Madero. We hope you enjoyed this video of us mostly showing you Puerto Madero. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.